Hey guys, PrinceofMacedon here. I'm going to show you the second match that I played against Jetzu when we did our best 2 out of 3 using the Qin Unit Pack mod made by Old Fox for Total War Rome 2. So this is the second battle, and you can see my army changed a little bit. I dropped one of my Qin swords and brought an extra unit of Halberd Cav, but I still have 18 unit slots for this army. And Jetzu, he went with less unit slots, but he went with a rush-style army with 1 unit of the guerrilla archers, but the rest are melee cav and melee infantry. He has 5 melee cav altogether, and the same amount of melee infantry as myself, but they are slightly better quality. So I am yellow on the tactical overhead, he is red on the tactical overhead. And for this series, I chose to name a Dragon Emperor in honor of Jet Li in the movie Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, where Jet Li played the Qin Emperor. So at the start of the battle, Jetzu started to reshuffle his infantry lines. Look at this interesting overhead of it. He did something like this in the first battle as well. I thought it was pretty cool to look at. So I'm gonna move forward here. We're gonna look at my build. So first, we're gonna look at my Qin General's Guard infantry. There you go. They look very heavily armored. I like the armor pattern. Then I have 4 units of the Qin Halberd Cav. I felt happy that I was bringing more cav this time. I didn't feel too deficient, even though in this battle I am less cav than my opponent. So I have 4 units of the Qin military array archers. Nothing changed with my archery. I was quite happy with them. And then my Qin death warriors. I have 5 units of them. And then finally 4 units of the Qin swordsmen. And they are initially deployed on both of my wings. So that's my setup. So let's go look at Jetzu's deployment. He has 1 cav on his left and 4 on his right. And we will look at his troops. He put his general on a horseback unit this time. And it's the Qin General's Guard, but they are mounted, as you can see. And then he has 4 units of Halberd Cav, 3 on this side and 1 on the other wing. But definitely heavy on the right with cav. Then he has only 1 unit of the Qin guerrilla archers. He spent the rest on melee infantry, so he has the Qin death warriors. He has 4 of them. Then he brought this unit that I haven't seen yet in the game. It's 2 units of the Qin heavy dagger axe guard. They're very elite. You can see their stats right there. And then finally he has 4 units of Qin swordsmen, so same amount of swords as myself. So he has less troops than I do, but he has a melee style army. So if he gets in, it's going to be quite rough. And my only advantage is the fact that I have archers, so I do have the range advantage. So on the bottom left, I put a little guide there. I am wielding the yellow Qin flags. He is wielding the red border Qin flags. So at the beginning, he put all of his cav on the right, or on my left, and then he has 1 unit of cav on the right, on my right, sorry. But he made a micro mistake here, unfortunately for him. He ordered this unit to go over here, and then he must have moved his screen because he was not looking when I charged into them with my 2 units of Halberd Cav. So he starts to move them away, but it's too late, so he loses like a dozen horses. I guess he would have been okay, like here, because he does move them away, but he did lose some horses. That's me just trying to even the odds. Because remember, he has 5 cav units, I only have 4. So I was trying to find any advantage I could and take advantage of it. But he moves back towards his infantry, and I thought we were done here, but he decides to charge at my cav, because his reasoning here is that his infantry can support his 1 unit of cav, and I take the risk and I countercharge his cav, thinking that I can destroy his cav before his infantry gets there. And he actually told me that after the battle why he did that, but unfortunately it was a miscalculation on his behalf. So he started off the battle with that micro mistake and the tactical miscalculation. So I was able to pull my cav out of there with very minimal losses. So now we are 4 versus 4 cav, but he still has the quality edge in terms of cav. So those are his infantrymen trying to catch my guys, and those are his guard dagger axes right there, or his heavy dagger axe guard trying to chase me. But he gives up the pursuit, and he's going to reform his infantry line. So I started off this battle really well, I think. And yeah, most of his cavs on that hill in the very background. So I'm going to form up my infantry. And I wanted to put my my Qin archers in front of his infantry just to start shooting at his infantry. I wanted to take advantage of my range advantage. The only edge I had going into this battle. So you can see his cav is coming off the hill now. So when I see his cav moving to the other side of the battlefield, I redeploy my archers. Now I want to target his cav as they move across my line of fire there. So I'm gonna rush all my archers up. I'm supporting them with my cav in case he decides to charge them. But what I really want to do is take some shots at his cav. Unfortunately, I do get a volley off, but it misses. So he saw the threat and he moved away from it. Good for him. So back to the original game plan. I'm going to put my archers near my infantry, and I just want to start taking shots at his infantry. I'm going to force him to move, and I want to get as many shots as I can. So he sees what I'm doing. He's going to start rushing up his infantry. He's going to put his death warriors on the front ranks. And instead of just scattering my guys, I just start to take shots at his death warriors. I don't care about the stretching my guys out, because he only has one unit of archers anyways. So I want to start shooting these guys before he rushes in and closes the distance. So I use 2 archers per death warrior unit here. So 2 archers on 2 of his guys each, 2 of his death warriors each. So I'm not killing too many right now. I've killed about 11. But as they start to move, that's when his numbers start to decrease drastically. So remember, I'm targeting 2 of his death warriors. And you can see they are heavily depleted. But there's 2 of them. And we're going to switch over to the right flank over here. See this? This is where the melee action's gonna start for the infantry units. I made a mistake here. He charged one of his units and tied down 2 of my infantry units. So had he moved his other infantry units, he could have easily enveloped my 3 units. Anyways, one of his death warriors got in close to my archers. Instead of wasting my missiles on them, I charged in with a unit of halberd cav. I didn't want to waste any more missiles on them. I wanted to use my missiles on his more important units. So I'm starting to target his swordsmen as they try to outflank my right flank over there. See that? They're trying to take out my right flank. So I start to focus fire on his Qin swords as they try to move around my flanks. So as they go into the gap, I just use my archers to plug the gap with their missile fire. So I was very happy with my archers and all my battles and using this Qin Unit Pack mod. So I was able to rout one of his swords with my archers, you can see there. But my right flank is in danger. And he also has 2 units of swordsmen coming at my middle. I got my death warriors to slow them down. Here's the action on the right. I'm getting hammered by those those dagger axes. You can see them. They're just slashing into my death warriors. So I saw the threat. I wanted to just peel away my death warriors and my general unit. I didn't want to get involved in this kind of fight. So I pulled them back, as you can see. See, my general is sitting pretty now, outside of the fight. I didn't want to lose him just yet. But his dagger dude, his dagger axemen are really slashing my guys. So now I'm gonna meet his dagger guards with my general unit now. So here's the clash of the 2 heavily armored units on the battlefield. And you can see his cavs moving in. So I'm gonna countercharge with my cav. I have 2 units of cav going to charge, and I put 2 of my other cav units in reserve. So 2 of my cav is engaged. Now I'm gonna activate these reserve unit of cavs into his guys. And you can see his generals involved in the fight now, or they're about to get involved. They charge into my flank. And this is when I start to use my archers to start using focus fire to assist my cav. I can start targeting his cav now. What I really want to do is target his general unit. So I'm moving up all my archers to target his general on horseback. I want to rob him of his morale, and then totally tip the scales in my favor. So he sees what I'm doing. He sees that he's being targeted here. So he's going to try to move his general away. But they stop right there. There's 24 right now. Watch this volley of focus fire from all 4 of them, and that just wipes him out completely. So in Total War Rome 2 with the latest patch, the melee, the rush armies are pretty prevalent, but this is not Rome 2, this is the mod for it, so it's slightly different. So all of his units are now concentrated right there. He does have his archer units still firing, but I'm gonna start taking them out with my cav. You can see my cav's trying to break through, but they got bogged down with his cav. And my archers right there are just targeting his extra units of missiles. Of swords. I'm using them to balance out the melee fight, and that's when one of my cav units breaks free. They're heavily depleted, but they are able to start chasing his Qin guerrilla archers. They were healthy, and my cav unit was not healthy, but they're gonna do enough damage to take them out of the game. So now, I was very comfortable at this point, and Sun Jetzu starts to lose his melee units here. So he's gonna have 1 unit of cav left, and he's lost every unit but them. I'm losing a unit too right there. But that's when his last unit starts to waver, and then they finally break. So it was a costly victory against Sun Jetzu in the second battle. So you can see the damage there. And very good game to Sun Jetzu. I was very happy to play against him because he's a really cool dude. I met this guy in San Francisco at the Total War Showcase for 2014. And it was a pleasure to play against somebody who actually appreciates the ancient Chinese military arts. You can see his name, Sun Jetzu. He's obviously influenced by Sun Tzu, one of his heroes. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this series on the Qin Unit Pack mod. And I was happy to use the cinematics for this one to show close-ups of this beautiful mod made by Old Fox.